Hello all and welcome back today, and we have some huge updates. Credit to bylinetimes.com, where we have learned via their exclusive that the first British royal to ever enter the witness box in the High Court will be Prince Harry. So he will appear to allege that Piers Morgan oversaw a conspiracy of newsroom criminality at the Daily Mirror. And this, as I said before, is an exclusive by bylines.com, written by Dan Evans. So these are the bullet points of this article, which says Prince Harry will take aim at Piers Morgan in person from the witness box, in doing so making legal history in a landmark civil trial, and that Piers Morgan has been accused of overseeing and approving industrial-scale criminal news gathering when he edited the Daily Mirror between 1995 and 2004, and he is also said to be involved in a board-level cover-up of newsroom crimes from police and shareholders, which the publisher denies. Harry also will claim that Piers Morgan's Mirror targeted him with illegal private investigations. They also say that Piers has missed a deadline to defend himself with a sworn statement and looks unlikely to enter the witness box for himself. So let's get into this. The article says the Duke of Sussex is set to appear before Judge Mr. Timothy Fancourt to give his evidence and face cross-examination by lawyers for Mirror Group newspapers, MGN, as one of 5 test cases alleging extensive illegal snooping by its 3 national tabloids between 1996 and 2011. It covers Morgan's often controversial editorship of the Daily Mirror between, as I said, 95 and 2004, and his period as de facto editor-in-chief of the Sunday Mirror from April 2001 until his high-profile sacking for being, quote, hoaxed into publishing fake photos of British troops supposedly doing something wrong to Iraqi prisoners of war. Justice Fancourt, at a preliminary hearing on the 8th of March, put the Duke's case in a small group among around 120 current claimants who would, quote, not settle without having come to court and had their trial and said what they wanted to, end quote. Having seen MGN vacate 5 previous trial dates by paying out large settlements on the proverbial steps of the court. Barrister David Sherborne also confirmed that the arrangement for the video link evidence of witnesses in the 7-week trial starting on the 9th of May, quote, certainly doesn't involve any of the individual claimants, end quote, seemingly assuring a live public appearance from the Duke of Sussex. Full details of Prince Harry's personal case against MGN, a subsidiary of Reach plc and publishers of the Daily Mirror, Sunday Mirror, and Sunday People, have yet to enter public record, but they are understood to claim that he was targeted from the age of 12, if not earlier. The case centers on 148 articles published between 1996 and 2010, said to be unlawfully sourced through the use of so-called newsroom dark arts, in quotes, including phone tapping, phone hacking, and data blagging, or the obtaining of private information by deception. It is also understood the Duke will say MGN journalists unlawfully intercepted voicemails he shared with, among others, his father, Prince, now King Charles, late mother, Princess Diana, his brother, Prince William, his ex-girlfriend, Chelsea Davy, and friend Caroline Flack. The Duke will further rely on a generic case available to all the claimants that make detailed allegations of wrongdoing against MGN and its legal department and former board of directors, whom it's alleged concealed their knowledge of industrial-scale use of unlawful private investigators from police and shareholders, claims the publisher in its defense denies. Let me move forward in this article to another standout, which says this. Prince Harry's anticipated appearance in person will make him the first member of the British First Family to enter the witness box in a civil lawsuit since the High Court was established in 1873, though others have had involvement in the British court system. He is pursuing a similar parallel hacking claim against Rupert Murdoch's news group newspapers, while his wife Meghan took on Associated Newspapers, publishers of the Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday, and won a privacy claim over the publication of a letter to her dad. And we all know her and her mic drop statement. So the article says, his late grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, memorably intervened in 2002 to end the criminal trial of Princess Diana's former butler, Paul Burrell, and with it, his potential to cause royal embarrassment. Last year, Prince Andrew settled, as we know, his case with Virginia Roberts Giuffre for a reported £12 million, rather than enter a courtroom in the United States, the article says. However, given the range and seriousness of the claims of the Duke of Sussex, he is on the front foot going into this landmark civil lawsuit, likely to be contested so strongly that it will see the Court of Appeal, whatever its initial outcome. Each of the 5 test claimants selected because their case between them cover the most common ground for judicial findings of fact about dozens of allegedly unlawful private eyes and actions, and knowledge of the key MGN personnel is seeking damages and legal costs. A total of 7 former or serving national newspaper editors, including Morgan's protege Richard Wallace, who in 2004 succeeded him at the Daily Mirror and now is head of TV at News UK Broadcasting, Morgan's current employer, are named in court papers. So last year, Wallace handed Morgan, dubbed by some Teflon Piers, for his habit of surviving scandals, a £50 million 3-year deal to front Rupert Murdoch's struggling talk TV channel, and writes columns for The Sun, probably making him the world's best paid journalist and offering a platform used to regularly criticize the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. A legal source said, quote, Mr. Morgan is facing a lot of serious claims made by a member of the royal family in a very big civil trial with legally binding outcomes which will go to the heart of his evidence, to a previous public inquiry which was also legally binding. He is not usually known for allowing allegations of the nature the Duke and other claimants are making about him to go unchecked. And make no mistake, it appears both barrels are pointing at Morgan in this legal action, end quote. So the source went on to say it also remains to be seen whether he wishes to be a witness for the defense, but trial preparation is well underway and deadlines for giving witness statements have now passed. So early indications are that we won't hear from Piers Morgan from inside the court at least, end quote. So there we have that summary. I love the fact that they have laid it out so clearly. And Bylines a couple of years ago outlined the fact that Piers Morgan has already, by his own admission, said that he knew about illegal voicemail hacking years before it became a public scandal, and he did nothing about it. Byline says that though he was a national newspaper editor at the time, he did not expose it, nor did he alert the police or take any steps to ensure that it didn't happen at his newspaper. And this was a dereliction of his duties as an editor, journalist, and citizen. They also point out that if he had done something about what he knew, he would have been able to spare a lot of people unwarranted intrusion or press cruelty. Had he acted responsibly, he would have been able to prevent so much negative outcome and ripple effect had he just stood up. And as Byline said, he knew about this. So in another article by BylineTimes.com, they also point this out by saying that Piers Morgan confirmed at a Mirror lunch in 2002 he warned an individual called Jeremy Paxman about phone hacking. And the following year in 2003, he also warned a singer called Charlotte church. And she recorded an interview with him, part of which was later broadcast by Channel 4, and it included the following significant exchange. I'll try and just condense it here. Pierce says this, quote, "There was a spate of stories that came out because of mobile phones. When they first came out, mobile phones, journalists found out that if the celebrity hadn't changed their PIN code, you can access their voicemail just by tapping in a number. Are you really telling me that journalists aren't going to do that if they know they can ring up Charlotte Church's mobile phone, listen to all her messages, and then, she goes on to interrupt?" So he does admit on that tape that he is aware of that, quote, spate of stories that came out because of mobile phone hacking. So he was not only merely aware that what was possible, but he knew it was happening, and stories were being published as a result. That's what Byline's Times concludes. So Prince Harry is in a very interesting position right now. As they pointed out, he is about to make history as the first senior British royal to go into the witness box and testify. So that, for me, it makes me know that his case is ironclad. And though I'm almost sure that there will be no cameras that will be live streaming, the case, I think that it's gonna be huge. We're gonna have a lot of these papers held to account. They said that they do not want any payouts to the claimants. They want to have this resolved, and they want to see a change and an overhaul on news gathering in some of these, especially these tabloid outlets. So there will be no payouts on the courtroom stairs. This is going all the way until they get justice. So I'm so proud of Harry, rooting for him to make legal history as the first senior British royal to ever enter the witness box in the High Court. So looking forward to that. I wanted to give you this update. Share now your thoughts with me on this in the comment section. So that's the first story, and now we have a sweet and heartwarming follow-up to Meghan's celebration of International Women's Day. As we all know, Meghan visited the Los Angeles-based Harvest Home, an organization dedicated to supporting homeless pregnant women. So Harvest Home LA, ever since being founded in 1985, has supported over 600 pregnant women and their children. So the project fitted right in with the work the Duchess of Sussex has been doing to advocate for women's rights and support women and families. So what they did was they created a pop-up baby boutique filled with items they could use for their children and hosted a lunch. Meghan also made a donation to the organization, after which Meghan was spotted at a vegan Mexican restaurant in West Hollywood. So we did see those pictures of Meghan and the volunteers there on International Women's Day. She was donating her time and, really rolling up her sleeves and helping the women in her community. So they did talk about that pop-up boutique. And now we have some images from Harvest Home LA. They took to their social media and said this, quote, "Thanks to Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and the team at Archwell, we are thrilled to unveil our brand new baby boutique. Last week, they so generously shared their time and resources to transform our empty storage room into a charming space filled with donated clothes, baby accessories, and essential items. Our residents have already used points earned in classes on their first round of baby gear. As women continue to work towards their educational goals, the baby boutique will ensure that they graduate from Harvest Home with everything they need." So they also provide a link to how you can contribute, and I will also pin that link in my pinned comment. So if you want to, check there. So as you can see, we have those images. I'm loving the palette that they've used, a lot of pastels and very calming colors. They've done a fantastic job with the interior of this baby boutique. As I said before, they've managed to create such a serene and beautiful setting for the mothers and their babies, and I'm loving the collection of accessories and the storage spaces that they have put up, and also the palette, as I said before. I mean, it's just perfect. I'm loving how they've tied the whole look together, from the floor, the rugs, and just the little accents you can see here and there. And you know what's so impressive? The fact that it looks like they took time, the attention to detail, the practicality of it, and the fact that it also just looks like it has a lot of Pinterest vibes to it. The neutral walls are good. They've played with a lot of layers with the white, the yellows, and what they've done to bring a lot of light and space to the rooms. I'm just loving what they've done and how they've put that pop of color on the floor. Isn't it just so sweet that these mothers and their little ones feel like someone truly cares for them? And all the toys stored there in the storage, and what they've just taken the time to build here for these women. So I love it. The decor is just so sweet. Just has such a warm feel, calming, and they balance the fact that it is quite practical. Even in the storage you can see, and it just has this bright and eclectic feel to it. Loving this. So I'm sure they loved working on the space. It shows in how everything has just been laid out. And as I said before, links to give will be in my pinned comment. So I'm so glad to share this second story with you. So kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Before we log off, as always, a special thank you right now to those who support this channel financially. I want to give a thank you right now to HRH Leo. Thank you so much. I feel truly blessed and grateful to God for you. Thank you to Leola Brown. I want to say a special and a sincere thank you to you. I appreciate you for choosing to support this channel and for giving such a tremendous boost to my work. God bless you. Thank you to Alima Zimmer. You have been so generous, and I just want to express how your support has impacted this channel. Thank you for your consistency and your faithful giving. Thank you. And a special thank you to Leslie Ollerhead. Truly appreciate your openness and generosity. You are such a huge blessing. Thank you. And now a special thank you to those who gave during the last live. I want to say thank you to Bonnie, who is also a supporter of this channel. Thank you to Bonnie, who goes by the handle B10Pal. Thank you for your super chat and for joining in all the lives. I appreciate you. You are truly such a blessing. I value and treasure you. Thank you, Bonnie. And a special thank you to those who gave through super thanks. A special thank you to Black Queen. I'm so grateful to God for you, for your generosity. I want to say thank you. You have been such a fantastic support for this channel. Thank you, and I love you. Once again, a special thanks to all who support this channel. Know that I love you. Sincerely, I do. And for those who like, comment, and share, I want to say thank you. It truly does help out the channel. And if you liked this video, don't forget to click that thumbs up button and share, and also leave a comment down below and let YouTube know you enjoyed what you watched. I appreciate that. Leave your thoughts on all of this below. I love you all and keep you here for more uploads. And if you want to watch my previous video, don't forget to click the cards or the videos here at the end screen. Click on them and I'll see you there. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.